celebration of 400 subscribers, I hosted a vote. And it so happened to be third place was Godzilla Earth. So here we are, Godzilla Earth. The first thing we'll go directly into is the color palette. It probably stood out the most and was easily the first thing you noticed. Purple, blue, orange, gray. If you were somehow crazy enough to watch the 3 Godzilla movies, I'm sorry, but you might recognize this color palette from a scene within the movie. It is not the most accurate representation, but it does its job more than enough. Due to part constraints, I had to resort to this kind of design. I could have built it in all gray or mostly blue, but you all chose with the vote this color palette here. I could not bring it to life as well as it could have been with infinite pieces, but it is more than enough if you ask me. My purple part counts were very low, so I resorted to using a lot of blue as well. You might notice that throughout the bag. And I faded really terribly the red to gray from the tail, arms, and legs. I'm sure not many of you care, so I'll fly right past this, but let's go to details on the build. Looking at pictures on the head, I try to imitate the same chin design as well as his larger cheeks that kind of stick out. I also wanted to give him that look where his face was almost unnaturally shaped due to his teeth being part of his head and not necessarily skull. I try to make his arms look a lot bulkier, make him look strong as he kind of has that appearance within the films, though it ends up looking kind of like Mecha Godzilla's arms, MG21. The feet are shaped the way they are for many different reasons. One of the simplest reasons is it's just the easiest type of foot to build, or the whole leg, I should say. And it might look more like Ultima or Mecha Godzilla 21, but it is just easy to build this way. It is efficient. The tail is definitely the worst part of the whole build. It's not very short compared to the body, unlike some previous builds and my previous Earth build, which y'all never saw because I never showcased it. It's gone now. But the tail is a bunch of square chunks and it doesn't look very convincing or very good in a lot of positions. I like it being just a background piece. Unfortunate, it is just once again a very easy way to build the tail, so I just went for it. And a very underwhelming amount of dorsal fins, you might notice, just about 6, and it's quite little. I think it looks fine. I think it could have gone a little further with more, but due to part constraints, once again, don't think I have the capabilities to build it with more than 6. And one last detail I want to go into, because I just really like it, is the body itself is bent at a nice angle. It's actually bent to 3 different angles, starting the tail and starting the upper torso. It helps very nice just capture the look and design of Godzilla Earth. Now something absolutely nobody's ever wanted to see in a review video or cared about, the articulation. There is a ball joint on the head, to be expected, and 1 hinge on the mouth, that is the entire head. Going to the neck, there are 2 hinge-like pieces, which doesn't do much. Going to the arm, there is a ball joint for the shoulder, which helps get almost all the articulation it needs from there. Then there is another ball joint right at the shoulder, and yeah. It really doesn't do much but help the build stay together. It helps shape it. Then there's a ball joint for the elbow and a ball joint for the wrist, to be expected, all ball joints. And then there are little clips for each finger, so each finger can articulate as you like it. And then I'm not really going to count the dorsal fins, but they do have a bit of range of articulation, you could say. But that is just so the pieces could be angled. The legs, giant hinge. I have no clue. It's like a ball joint hinge thing. I'll showcase its articulation here, and same with the knees, and then a clip right here at the ankle, and it goes straight to the foot, and there's a ball joint connecting to the foot. And then for the tail, there is a ball joint where the tail actually has the option to articulate, another ball joint, another ball joint, another ball joint, and is it another ball joint? No, it's a hinge. So that's the articulation for Godzilla Earth. Standing in his normal position, he reaches around only 20 bricks tall, but standing up all the way almost gets to 25, and leaning forward, he gets to around 19 to 18. I don't know for sure, but I believe this build was built on February 20th and was started to be built around like February 15th, 13th, was when planning and construction began. Also, do not mind the color of the lighting within the video. It is meant to be within this palette. There will be pictures you can see where I showcase it outside this lighting, but this build was particularly built for this environment. Otherwise, it looks kind of dumb, but there will be a how to build video, hopefully in a near future, but I cannot make any promises. It could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it could be never. You never know what happens. But how to build video is planned and hopefully be in the works by the time of this video's release. And for all that voted on Earth, great pick. I enjoyed making this build. I did not enjoy the style I chose, or you chose. I'm not going to blame you because I want to do this one, which is why I put it in the poll. But it's... Thank you. That's the card's message to you.